morning, everybody. Today we are going to be finishing up our watercolor, our non-objective watercolor artworks. So to get us started, I just kind of wanted to show you some of the things that people have done in the past and talk about like what you can do to take your work from like this very beautiful watercolor to an even more alive watercolor. So we'll start off by looking at your watercolor. Remember, when we looked at the watercolors that did not have any Micron pen on them, they still looked pretty decent. So before you even start any kind of watercolor or any kind of Micron pen, I need you to take a hard look at your watercolor and decide, do you need to do any extra painting before you do the Micron pen and the Sharpie? Because once you've decided that you are going to do the Micron pen and the Sharpie, it doesn't look good anymore if you do watercolor over top of that. So here we can see this one. We've got lots of nice saturation in that blue that kind of like runs down the middle. You can see the strong green and yellow. You want to be able to see good, strong values in those colors before you do the Micron pen. And then once you're there, you'll be adding on some of those textures and patterns to help bring it alive. Remember, this shouldn't just be a thing that is gonna be like right on top of your watercolor. You're going to want to like weave it in like it's always supposed to have been there, like it was a part of your original plan. So if you did not finish doing the Micron pen on your practice project, I need you to go back and look at that practice composition and think to yourself, okay, like where can I add these Micron pen textures and patterns that makes it look like they belong? When we looked at some of the more classical work that has been done in the past by like Kandinsky and our other artist, Melissa McCracken, we could see some of these mark making techniques to help like add and accentuate some of the watercolor features, especially like in this one here. Using them to help contain certain things, I think works really, really nice. But we don't want to simply outline things. And that's the thing that I really want to stress, not just outlining things. Figure out a way to make these Micron pen textures add to what is already there. For example, like in this webbing right here, we can see that it kind of like connects these two pieces and it feels like it's supposed to be there once you see it there. Same thing with kind of these like bumps and the textural components that have been added onto the edges of this watercolor. That's that same sort of feeling of like it's supposed to be there. For some of you that have been looking at some of the ones that have like more drips, or if you have some more textural components within your actual watercolor that you're wanting to bring out, outlining is good-ish, but like you'll want to pick and choose. Don't overcomplicate the whole area. Just pick and choose. So when you're thinking about these Micron pens and the textures and patterns that you can be using, you can go back to your Labyrinth project. And our Labyrinth project gave us like the first try with Micron pens. So you can think back about like what worked for you and what didn't, along with like what textures you liked doing, what patterns you liked doing, and what ones you're going to not want to do again. And if you need, you can always look up the word Zentangle on Google, and that will bring you up with a whole bunch more different patterns that you can try. But at the end of the day, it's just most important to me that you are having fun with it and that the end product is something that you are proud of because you have really considered all of the pieces in between. Okay, thank you. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.